I am small. Hi, I'm AB.
I know I'm short.
I'm barely over 5 feet and I haven't grown since middle school.
You gotta rub it in my face?
And I am a small-handed cardist. I can't do thumb cut, I can't do mantra, I've tried doing skirt, it's very difficult for me. I can't palm cards, I can't do Bobo 3 by Chase Duncan. Those are some things I don't like. Some other things I don't like is when these large-handed cardists tell us small-handed cardists, oh, this move is possible, it just takes practice. Especially when these larger-handed cardists tell you to suck it up. That makes me so mad because you can't just suck up how small your hands are where you can't do a move. I physically cannot do mantra. My index finger is not long enough to push that card over the packet. It's not possible. It is physically not possible. I have tried modifying the move and it hasn't worked. So when you tell me it's possible when it's not, all that does is make me mad. It doesn't help anyone. If you want to help, give me some tips. Don't just tell me practice if I've already been practicing. But I also don't like it when these small-handed cardists literally whine about their hands being too small. Obviously, I understand the obstacles. It's so frustrating. But you don't have to go in the comments when you can literally think about what you type and put like 5 crying emojis. That's very excessive. That's not meant to sound harsh. That's just trying to sound logical. Okay, that's not necessary. Please, if you're a small-handed cardist, do not do that because then you are ticking off whoever made the video. My hand size is about 6.75 inches from the start of my palm to the tip of my middle finger. I do though have large fingers, which definitely helps. But while I did just name off a bunch of cuts that I can't do with small hands, I can do one-handed shuffle, a modified thumb cut, or a thumb cut with half the deck, Erdonet's go-around, L-cuts. I can do some things with small hands. And that's because I have found tips and motivated myself to learn how to do those moves by modifying how to do them so it fits my small hand needs. So here are some tips and motivation for my fellow small-handed cardists. Starting with motivation. Now, obviously, like I've already mentioned, I only have limited room to talk because I do have long fingers, but for some motivation, there are so many other cardists out there that can perform cardistry so well with their small hands. One of them is this girl called Caitlin from Small-Handed Things, I believe, and she does like moves like squeeze really well. I struggle to do like the revolution cut and squeeze, but if she can do it, then I can do it too, I'm sure. And then of course there are other small-handed cardists like her. And then there's this guy who doesn't even, actually there are a few guys that don't have hands, yet they still do better cardistry than me. So if they can find a way to do something cool, you can too. So that's my quick motivation for you. I'm sure you'll get a move down at some point. Some of them do just take practice. Others, though, are not physically possible. If you don't know which moves those are, I'll let you know if you comment that down below if the comments are open. Now for tips. First off, I'm gonna say I personally use a full deck with all 52 pieces of paper that is poker sized. Now I do even have a thicker deck over on my table over here called Velvet Eye Catcher, and that is a thick deck, and yet I can still do some like one-handed cuts on it. And poker sized decks just handle better in general, but what I'm trying to get to is if you cannot handle the size of a 52 paper poker sized deck, what you can do is take some cards out of the deck or use a bridge-sized deck. Now with the bridged-sized deck, why is that such a mouthful? They tend to not handle as well, so that's why I use poker. But if you are especially an international viewer and you do not have access to cards, you know what it's like to use a bridge-sized deck. They are not as wide, so you can do thumb cut and one-handed cuts a lot more easily. Now, one of my biggest tips is to cheat. And you're probably wondering, why would you cheat? That ruins the whole point of practicing. That becomes a bad habit. If you cheat the right way, it does not become a bad habit. So when you do cheat, cheat sparingly. And as you get better and better, stop cheating. But the point of cheating is to know whether or not it is possible to even do the flourish. So for example, I cheated during the one-handed shuffle by using my other hand to help weave the cards while doing the shuffle because I didn't have the strength and especially my pinky to weave the cards together. So I used my other hand. That's an okay way of cheating. It's all about just making sure it is possible. Once you realize it is possible, stop cheating if you can. Another tip would be to modify the move. So, again with the one-handed shuffle. In tutorials, you see how most cardists keep their middle finger on the long edge of the deck. But for me, I have to move it to the short edge so I can push onto that packet and slide the cards. And that way, I can push the deck to weave the cards. But I modified the move and made it a lot more easier to do. The third tip would be to watch my troubleshooting videos. I'm going to end it right there so I don't sound arrogant or anything. And the fourth tip would be, do not hurt yourself. Please, do not hurt yourself. Cardistry is meant to be fun, and if you are hurting yourself, it's not fun. Someone commented on one of my videos saying, cardistry brings them physical pain. No, please do not hurt yourself practicing cardistry. It's, for most of y'all, it's going to be a hobby. And hobbies are not meant to hurt yourself. Especially when you're just playing around with 52 pieces of paper. The expected injury would be a paper cut, not arthritis. But yeah, that was just some tips on small hands, getting over that. Hey guys, you may recognize me from my trigger and re-trigger troubleshooting video, and that's because this was filmed on the same day. But if you don't remember what I said in that video, or you didn't watch it, my hand size from like the start of my palm to my middle finger is about 6.75 inches. So my hands are kind of small, and I'm really short, even though I'm a teenager who's not growing. But basically this was just some motivation and also some tips and also a plug for cardistry troubleshooting for small hands, because that is my most popular video. I know that's where a lot of you guys have come from. Thank you so much. Nice to see that we are not the only small-handed cardists out there. But yeah, hopefully this was motivational and helpful, and you can get over some of the obstacles of having small hands. But yeah, that's basically all I had to say, which was actually a lot more than I thought. But yeah, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.